Hey YouTube, this is my rune level 200 Strength-Intelligence build, and it's probably my favourite build. So it's got 55 strength, 80 int, all the other stats, all the gear, the weapons in the order I use them, that's all in the video description. So what I like about Strength Int is I love battle mage builds, and Strength Int does really big damage. There's some cool in-game weapons that scale with both, so things like the Meteoric Blade, Ruin's Greatsword, you've got the Rosus axe with that mean tibia summon Sash of War, which is great when you land it. But when you cold infuse melee weapons, there's some like the Bastard Sword and the Watchdog Greatsword that keep really good strength scaling. So you're still making good use of your strength stat, but you've got that cold infusion, and some of the ashes, things like Chilling Mist, are really good. And obviously you can still cast spells, and there's really great melee spells in the game. So things like Gavel, Haima, Carian Piercer, Carian Greatsword. So the two just go really well together if you want to mix it up. So the reason this is 200, I did a playthrough where I just wanted to beat the game using longsword and square off. So I had a 150 Vagabond that I wasn't doing anything with, and this was around the time that 200 was really taking off for invasions. So there was a couple of Twitch streamers that I'd come across it, and what was good about it was that you were skipping a lot of the gank squads that were hanging out 125 to 150, but you were invading all over the map because it was people doing their New Game Plus runs, and it wasn't really meta builds. It was just regular players using stuff that they thought was fun, so there was a lot more build variety to invade as well. So yeah, really enjoyed that, and then I ran it in the Coliseum quite a lot as well. So dueling at 200 is really interesting. If you think about 125, let's be honest, there's not a lot of build variety. People do tend to follow the meta, so it's always, you know, halberd off stock, it's Greatsword, you know, not a lot of variety at all. You know, partly in reason because players need to level vigor and endurance, you know, to make their build viable in terms of HP and armour. But that really only leaves room for one damage stat, so it's why there isn't that variety. But obviously at 200 you can level 2 damage stats, so you can make a build that's more interesting to play, and obviously other players do the same, so your opponents tend to be a lot more interesting to play against as well. I'd say probably the sweet spot for duels though is probably 150 to 165. I think 200 is probably not as competitive as dueling around 150, so if you want, you know, duels that really keep you on the toes, that's probably a much better level to duel at. But you know, 200 is still fun. So my plan for when the DLC comes out is to remake this at 165, so that'll be my first playthrough, and then I'm hoping there's some more goodies that I can put on the build. One thing I do recommend for any int build, and particularly Coliseum duels, is Gravity Stone fans. Pretty handy if you've got low FP, or if your opponent's got low HP and they're panic rolling, sometimes it's a good finisher. So yeah, if you've not tried Strength Int, give it a go, and I will catch you soon. Cheers.